to Cyber Sea of Galilee, DSMME. On this Monday, August 23rd, yesterday was the Feast of the Queenship of Mary, and we talked a little bit about what it means that Mary is our queen, but she's more mother, and so make sure that you saw that one if you didn't, because I made a very big announcement that I'm going to keep you baited about, because eventually we will show you our new postulants, but not quite right now. But in any case, today is the Feast of a Dominican, Saint Rose of Lima. And Lima is in Peru, so this little girl, Isabella, grew up and wanted to become a Dominican contemplative nun. And so she became a Dominican, and she had a real longing for, I would say with an unusual grace, not one that we all have by any means. God would have to have given it to her, but she desired the cross. She desired suffering. She wanted to unite herself with Christ through his suffering. And that is a very special grace, as I mentioned. We all do it in the ways and the graces that God gives each of us, and that's all different. But she had a real life of penance, incredibly heroic penances. And so that's why we chose this beautiful masterpiece of Our Lady, because Jesus has the crown of thorns on his hand. And so this crown of thorns on his arm basically is showing him what his future is going to be, and he's looking towards his mother for help, for strength, for encouragement. Mom, I have to do this. Look at his face. It's so beautiful. And so on this feast of Saint Rose of Lima, we really do think, how did she have those graces? How do any of us have these graces? And again, the God-man had the graces. Again, God alone can give the graces to be able to suffer well. And so I think when COVID is still around and so much sufferings, and I don't know about you, but my heart is just heavy with all the intentions that people beg to be placed upon the hearts of people who pray. And you're carrying all those intentions. And we think of Saint Rose carrying the intentions of the world as she has given herself to God so specially. So on this feast day, let us pray for the grace to be able to suffer well. Meaning what? Meaning suffer with a purpose, knowing no suffering goes wasted if we give it to the Lord for his redemptive purposes. That's a very strong message, and I think a message the world needs to receive today. Let us pray for the grace to be able to suffer well, knowing this is leading to redemption. And we may not know the person that these graces will be given to. But if we can accept even the little things that come into our lives that just irritate us or bother us or just aren't to our fancy, let alone the big things that really do weigh us down as we worry and as we concentrate so much prayer for the sick and for those who are suffering and for the sinners and for ourselves. Let us just pray that we will be able to keep our vision on the Mother of God, Mary, right here on this Cyber Sea of Galilee, with her son right beside her.